Morning. It is Monday, January 2nd. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully getting your day started off on the right note, hopefully getting you updated in the weather world, and hopefully putting a smile on your face. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. It is a foggy start to the day. So the top two things we are monitoring, of course, does begin with the fog. Also, friends, there's a temperature roller coaster. But, we live at the beach, so at least we're in paradise. Yeah, we're going to talk about all of that and get you ready for the first work week of 2022. But before all of that mess, let's just look outside and see what's doing on our Tower Cam network. This is Ocala. The Christmas tree's still up, but we need to revel in those sights because we're going to see less and less of that over the next couple of days as everybody starts putting everything away. Man, we go from the most wonderful time of the year to the most, we got to clean it all up time of the year. Oh, well. Visibility not too bad in Ocala. We're sitting at 6 miles there. We're at a quarter mile in DeLand, about a half mile out in St. Cloud, a mile and a half in Orlando. So there is still quite a bit of fog scattered about Central Florida. There are dense fog advisories in effect for the entire Central Florida area, going all the way up to Georgia until 9, 10 o'clock. Just kind of, this is where like local weather service jurisdiction plays in terms of what time the dense fog advisories are in place. But at any rate, we're looking at thick, dense fog, Marion County until 10, most of Central Florida until 9, but there is fog around, okay? All right, even if that tower cam there in Marion County, not too bad. All right, temperatures out the door. We are in the 50s and 60s, and our first warning, live Doppler radar, tracking some bugs and birds and things like that, but we are not tracking any kind of fog. I'm just kidding. We're not tracking any rain. We're tracking plenty of fog. All right, let's talk about the forecast then, shall we, my friends? From the 50s and 60s, we head into the 70s. We head into the 80s. It's about 81 degrees, 3 o'clock this afternoon. Mix of clouds and sunshine. It looks very, very nice. This cloud cover that we have now will lift and will build into sunshine. So we are going to go with a really nice forecast for our Monday. High temperatures look like this. We are running about 10 degrees above average for all of Central Florida. 81 in Orlando, 79 in Leesburg, 80 degrees in Ocala, 71 up in, say, Flagler County, Palm Coast, not bad for you, 75 degrees in New Smyrna Beach, and nearly 80 degrees back over to Palm Bay. So not a bad day at all. Let's look at Futurecast, and obviously, what we're looking at is that morning fog not being a problem. Once it lifts, it's beautiful. And then through the afternoon, look at that. We've got a couple of clouds coming in over to Brevard. That's about all we got. That's all she wrote. So lovely, lovely weather for us. Your out-the-door forecast for this morning. As you step out, just know this. The sun's going to be shining. It is going to be a lovely, lovely day. Yeah, I like it. All right. Good morning to everybody. Alan, Beverly, good morning. Arnett. Happy New Year to you. Annie says foggy in Daytona Beach. It is a foggy start. But at least when it comes to the, prepping for the day ahead, what do we need to wear? Comfy clothes, t-shirts, shorts, that sort of thing. Looks good to me. I already put everything away. Nancy says, wow, you're ahead of the game. Good for you, Nancy. I like it. Frank, good morning. Good morning. I think I'll just camouflage my Christmas decorations. Listen, one of the things that I did on the outside, on the front of the house, is I put in permanent Christmas lights. And I say that not like I just put them up and leave them up all year. They are permanent Christmas lights. So when they're off, if you're looking, you won't see them. If you know what you're looking like, if you look for little LED dots, maybe you'll make them out. But a lot of houses in my neighborhood have done it. It just makes for a much easier decorating time. So I like that. But I still put out some lights. Like I've cleaned up the front. I've got to take some of the lights off the back. But all in all, yeah. Jeannie says, the only reason I put the tree away is I would have to dust it. And that isn't happening. I like your thinking. A lot. It's a great day to have a great day, though, Chris. Yeah. Jody says, I'm not emotionally ready for the 80-degree heat. Listen, I mean, ready or not, though, we were there basically yesterday, and over the next couple of days, we're going to be building and building and building the heat. By Wednesday, we'll be flirting with record temperatures. 84 is my forecast high on Wednesday. The record's 86, so we'll be in that ballpark. Yeah. Lachlan, good morning. I made it. It's almost 12 a.m. here in Australia. Hope you had a fabulous Christmas and, of course, a brilliant New Year. Miss you as well on the other side of the planet. Good morning to you, though. It's morning now for you. Disney 5K Thursday morning. Oh, is it already race weekend? Good gravy. I will need to make graphics. All right, so you're asking, how's it looking for the Disney 5K? So, Mark, we'll go right to the 7-day forecast here. We do have showers right in the forecast there for Thursday. But in terms of the timing, granted, it's a little early to really get into the timing, but we can look. Let's look together here. And then we'll build on this storyline just a little bit here. All right. So here's Wednesday afternoon. Moisture really coming in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So there's Thursday morning, right? And there are some showers in the area. It's not, again, it's early, but for Thursday morning, for the 5K, which I'll have to make graphics for, for Thursday morning, we may have a few showers. But we've got time to tweak this forecast. One thing that's much, much closer this afternoon, friends, it is the Citrus Bowl, and whoa, what a game. LSU and Purdue getting together. That's going to be a lot of fun. Temperatures in the 70s, bright sunshine, a great kickoff forecast. Yeah, love it. Zashir is asking, any more cold fronts? Yes, there are cold fronts in the forecast. Let's look at the kind of overall forecast here. So we're looking lovely for today, nice and warm. Notice out west there is that storm system bringing the blues and the pinks. That's winter precipitation. Nothing that we want anything to do with. But while we're sitting pretty here, that next front is working closer and closer to us. There's Wednesday, getting into those showers and storms. And then into Thursday, it brings rain to us and transitions from the warm air to the cooler air. And that is going to make way, my friends, for an absolutely wonderful weekend forecast. As a matter of fact, when we talk about temperatures, let's just look at the comparison. Wednesday afternoon is going to be our highest temperature. That's 84 degrees. Friday afternoon will be our coolest temperature. That will be 69 degrees. So we are making a pretty big transition from warm to chill, okay? So let's just do a couple of afternoon breakdowns, shall we? Let's look at Wednesday afternoon across Central Florida. All right, this is going to be the warmest afternoon. Not quite summer levels, but warm enough. Lachlan says we had a fireplace as our tree this year. It was 40 Celsius on Christmas. It was so hot. Well, yeah, that's a warm one. Sorry that you have to do the temperature conversions, Lachlan, on the fly. My apologies. But here it is in Fahrenheit. 84 degrees in Orlando Wednesday afternoon, 81 degrees in Titusville, okay? Then let's look at Friday afternoon. This is going to be the cooler afternoon. Look at the temperatures. High temperatures, 69 in Orlando, 59 in Palm Coast, 62 in Daytona Beach. And if you look at Saturday morning, okay, this is going to be one of the cooler mornings. It's not 20s and 30s. It's definitely 40s and 50s, but it's another hit of chill. All right? So, yeah. Wendy says, yes, race weekend. Yeah, well, these temperatures for the weekend looking incredible. Just have to get through apparently some 5K showers. So, there's that. Yeah. Brian says, I thought we were done with the cold weather. What's up with the 39 for low Citra later this week? Listen, who said we were done with the chill? Maybe somebody said we were done with that version of chill. Maybe. But it is, after all, just the beginning of winter. I know it sounds silly. Winter only started days ago, officially. So yeah, we're going to get these cooler stretches. Oh, man. Joanne says, looking forward to the Rose Parade today. Yes, and on that same note, I am not doing the noon newscast today because there is no noon newscast. Okay, so I will be with you on social media. I'll be tweeting through the day and all that fun stuff. No noon, so I will see you on TV at 4 o'clock will be the first time I see you today. All right. How cold will it be the last weekend in January? So, Darius, a little early for that. I will tell you, my project this week, I am diving into that long-range forecast. We are now less than 3 months away from our hurricane forecast. Let me say it for those in the back. We are less than 3 months away from issuing our hurricane forecast for 2023. We issue that March 1st every year. And I know nobody's mindset is in hurricanes in March. That's why we do it, because we have the data to support it. We put it out early. And guess what? We don't really change it. So March 1st, we will put out our hurricane forecast. Taylor, good morning to you. Sashir says we're usually done with cold fronts in like March. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but, listen, at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing, the weather is looking lovely. Like heading out to Universal Studios today, temperatures in the 70s. Like, what else could you ask for, It's beautiful. It is beautiful. We're headed to Hollywood Studios on Saturday. How's it look? So here's the 7-day forecast. So we do have the rainfall for us on Thursday, all right? Maybe a sprinkle or two Wednesday, but Thursday's really what it looks like. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, perfection. Like, I don't know what we're doing this weekend when I get off work, but I need to do something. Yeah. Yukon. So do you have to go to the office if there's no noon broadcast? I do, because immediately after at like 1 o'clock, we have the 11th hour of the Today Show, and we have to do news and weather cut-ins into that 11th hour of the Today Show. So I have to be in a suit. Yeah. So, are you serious? The word hurricane already? That's a big thing. That's a big part of my job. And this is not something that Wesh expects. It's just something I do. My hurricane season forecast. So, hey, listen. In the top left corner, it says first warning weather. That I try to live that. I try to personify that. So I try to give you as much notice as I can. Marissa, I keep my tree up year-round. I put pine cones on it during summer months, Easter eggs. Oh, that's so fun. So you keep a year-long tree. I love that. Anna says I'm going to Epcot on Friday. It looks like a great forecast. If I can go to Disney this weekend, I will. I know at some point I need to renew. Ugh. Gross. Laura, good morning. How are you? Tara, 60s and 70s are still good. Are still good temperatures? I think you meant temperatures, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. The forecast is looking fantastic. Now, one note, we had talked about that cold front. We had talked about that cold front kind of firing up and working our direction, right? One thing I do want to point out is that it is going to bring with it the risk for some strong to severe storms. For the day today, there is a level 3 risk of strong to severe storms for Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, even parts of Mississippi and Tennessee. This area highlighted in gold has a level 3 risk, meaning numerous strong to severe storms. So you're talking about Shreveport, you're talking about Fort Smith, Arkansas, Rogers, Van Buren, out toward Memphis, Tennessee. These are areas that have a real threat of nastier storms today. Then for tomorrow, that threat for severe weather goes back south and back east. So from New Orleans to Mobile, to just about Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, Alabama, Laurel, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Meridian, Mississippi. Level 3 risk of strong to severe storms. By the time that gets to us, we are not anticipating it to be anything too bad. We're certainly going to be watching, though, just to make sure. All right? All right. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? When does hurricane season start? Anne Marie's asking. June 1st. March, April, May, June. So we give you a 3-month lead time on our hurricane season forecast. I believe we are among the earliest, one of the earliest hurricane forecasts, if not the earliest hurricane forecast to come out. We've issued it for years now, March 1st, and that will continue. Kelly, I thought you were running that Disney race. I haven't trained, man. I haven't. I'm gonna have to do another one. I just haven't trained. Listen, this. I don't know why. I just don't have time for literally anything. Like, I haven't even done my long range forecasting stuff. I'm so behind in it. Usually by now I'm pretty deep in the weeds, but I've not started. I mean, I've started it. I've just not really gotten into the meat and potatoes of it. Lori, I have the Disney Marathon on Sunday. Do you see the temp on Sunday changing to be much warmer? That's where we're at right now. We've got a cold front moving through Thursday, Friday. I don't think there's going to be a massive shift, but yeah. That's kind of in the ballpark there. Yeah. Laura says, I'm ready for some rain. We're in the dry season, so we're not really going crazy with any kind of temperature shifts. Not really going crazy with any kind of rain shifts either. Yeah. Vacation mode is over. I know. Nicole says, I'd rather deal with hurricanes than blizzards. You know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend who was discussing like their retirement plan. And they were like, yeah, and I think I'm going to move to insert state here. And I'm like, why? And they said, because they don't have they don't have hurricanes. And I'm like, they can get blizzards and ice storms. And, it's like just because you run from hurricanes, you go into something else. Like you go to Southern California, you got earthquakes. No matter where you go, there's something that Mother Nature's going to throw at you. Bruce, family time comes first. Don't blame yourself for being busy. It's family time. It's work. I just feel like my job in general is not as relaxed as it once was. I mean, with social media, there's just so many elements of it. So, and that's okay. We just have to constantly shift to new normals, and that's all. So here it is, January 2nd. We'll, like I said, this week, long-range forecasting is it. And changing sponsors. 26 TV stations changing their sponsorships on 7-day forecasts, on tower. It's like you don't think about it, but like part of my job is these little things, right? And it's not just for WESH, it's for 26 TV stations. Now, when I'm on Coffee Talk, I don't have to air them, so you usually don't see that. You usually see this version, which doesn't have a sponsorship. But on TV, guess what? They sell sponsorships. Not they, like our sales department does. So you usually don't see them on Coffee Talk, but because I use versions that don't have them. But on TV, we sell sponsorships, and they change every half hour sometimes. They change every hour. They change every year. It just depends on the graphic and this and that. But I do it for 26 TV stations, and I feel like that has been kicking the snot out of me recently. A lot of TV stations selling a lot of sponsorships. Yeah. So, no, thankfully, Yukon, we don't have to say it. We don't have to say, this is the Tower Cam Network sponsored by. No, it's just, here's the Tower Cam Network. It's up to you to look, So anyway, look, at the end of the day, nothing is free. And that's just the way that, listen, when I started in weather, I've 22 years in the business now. Yeah. Now it's 22. I was almost 22 years. Now it's 22 years as of September. 22 years in the business. And I would have never imagined putting sponsors on weather graphics, but things are always changing, and so that's just the way it goes. It's a part of my job. Good morning to you, Carla. Jenny, I grew up with tornadoes, so personally I prefer hurricanes so I can be more prepared and not caught off guard at 2 a.m. That I can confirm. I can confirm. We have a station in Kansas City. We have a station in Oklahoma City. We have a station in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Kelly says nothing in life is free. Eric does Coffee Talk unpaid. That's correct. I'm not on the clock yet. So yeah, this is free. But I don't do this for work. I mean, I guess technically I do, but at the end of the day, I'm here. I'm here for you guys. Yeah, we could turn that off. I'm not, I'm not, but here it is. Jan says you've got to keep the lights on at Wesh. And listen, at the end of the day, friends, these computers that we show the graphics on, they're expensive. You know what else is super expensive that you don't even think about? That puppy. That First Warning Live Doppler radar, that is not a cheap piece of equipment. Yukon, how much do you get for a commercial now? I know around 88. Dave told my class it was about $600 for 60 seconds. I have no idea. I am blissfully unaware. I can tell you this much, though. When people throw sponsorships at me at the last second and demand to get on, and I get snotty, one thing I say to the salespeople is, you better have made a pretty penny on this one, because it's 8:30 at night, I just got my kids to bed, and you're demanding a sponsorship get on the air. Usually I'm pretty okay, but like if you're shoving something down my throat for work when I'm off, the station better have made $1 on it. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate it. Nicole says Florida girl since 2001 and not leaving. Listen, I've been a Florida boy since the 80s, and I'm not doing it. Yeah. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate it. Linda over on YouTube, I have felt pretty safe in Central Florida, mostly due to Eric and his calm, accurate forecasting. Linda, thank you very much. I'll send you the check in the mail for your kind words. Debbie, feisty Eric, love it. Thank you. Hey, listen, I try to. If you know me, you know I am a feisty bugger, but I try to do what I can to contribute to the station. But if you're demanding work on my time off, like it's one thing. Coffee Talk is not demanded. I feel like if they demanded I do Coffee Talk, we'd have a very different situation. I don't do it for that. I do it for the fact that I want to earn your trust and I want to keep your trust. But if you're demanding I do something, then we have issues. But again, I didn't sign up for a 9-to-5 job, and Tony's the same way. Oh, look at that. Sponsorship change. We did run. Let me pop the one up that doesn't have a sponsorship. It's fine. Let them get their 2 seconds in fame. See that? I also have it running automatically. So like this is the one for the Today Show cut-in. CW will go back blank, I believe, because I don't think we have anybody on CW right now. But this is for the NBC Today Show cut-in. Whatever. You don't care about that. That's just the stuff that I do in the background. We love Florida. Janice says, you and me both. I only wanted to be here 3 years. That was 32 years ago, Chris says. That's too funny. Taylor, I've watched you since Irma. Ruined my outlook on anyone else in the area. Nobody else measures up. Thank you. I swear to you, Taylor, I will work my tuchus off to keep that opinion. Thank you. Bruce, I'll talk nice about you for money. See, well, listen, your other gig's up. Yeah. Now you got it. What are you going to do to supplement the next 10 months of the year, right? Oh, man. Too funny. Thank you, Laura. I like feisty. What can I do? What can I say? Can I go to Disney on Thursday? I don't know. Can you? Do you have a park reservation? There's going to be some showers, but y'all, the sun's shining bright through that fog. I like it. Kelly says, they paid me to cut you off if it went too long in your main weather hits. It was glorious. That's true. And out of this group, Kelly knows the real feisty me more than so many. Kelly, sidebar, used to be a producer at Wesh and has gone to the brighter side of things, getting the heck out of Dodge and getting out of television. What are you going to do? Jenny says, my kids and hubby are off today and going to the LSU Purdue game. Looks like nice weather at Camping World. Listen, it looks like great weather at Camping World. If I was off today, I would be going to the game. I don't have a dog in the fight. I've always loved LSU. I mean, I wouldn't say that I'm an LSU fan, but LSU is definitely a team I love. But yeah, it looks like a great forecast for it. Listen, with the fog burning off, one other thing I want to note is that we are running busy over at the Orlando International Airport. Now that Southwest has entered the room again, Ding. You're free to move about the country instead of the terminal. It's a busy travel day. And even with the fog, listen, those Cat 2, Cat 3 IFR approaches, working out. Only 15 delayed flights, 7 cancellations. Not saying it's weather or not related, but most flights are on time. We're going to be monitoring this. I'm going to be tweeting these numbers out. This is the live data coming in from Orlando International Airport. We grab the data from the big board, so the flights that they're monitoring and working right now. So good stuff, but just know that it is going to be busy. And by the way, speaking of busy, the launch cadence begins. The Transporter 6 mission fires up at 9:56 tomorrow. 80% chance of good weather. One thing I want to point out, this Transporter mission, being that it's the first mission of the year, which is great, super fun, love that for us. But this Transporter mission has another uniquity. Can anybody in the room guess what this is going to be? Can anybody in the room guess? Yeah? Funny you say the bright side is out of television. I said it was out of retail. I think it's just the way everybody is, you know. Kelly says facts. There were days I couldn't compete with your feistiness, so I just let you win and brought you coffee. Well, we all do our thing, right? We all have our good days and our bad days. Audra says the LSU marching band was at SeaWorld performing this weekend. Were they? I didn't even know that. Sugar. I didn't even know that. All right, can anybody tell me why this is going to be a particularly fun mission? Anybody? 9:56 a.m. tomorrow? Anybody? Will the transporter be able to beam us up? UConn with the nerdiness. I love it. Joanne gets it. Yep. Landing at the Cape. So, friends, tomorrow, 9:56 a.m., we have a launch, 80% chance of good weather, but about 8 minutes after, we've got sonic booms because that first stage is returning to the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, returning to landing zone 1. Now, depending on wind and all this, that will factor out. But yep, we've got a return to landing site launch. The first time I saw one of these, I was absolutely floored. If I didn't have to do the noon tomorrow, I would be there. I would do everything I could. But I have to do the noon, and I just don't. I mean, it's 9 and it's 10. I theoretically could make it, but I don't know. I don't know what time they're going to let us on base, even if I could. These launches are ridiculously cool. So anyway, just a heads up for tomorrow. Sonic booms about 8 minutes after liftoff of the rocket, and it's going to be a noisy one. It's going to be, depending on the winds, of course. But just want to make sure that you're aware of it. Sonic booms are amazing. What's amazing is watching the first stage of a Falcon 9 blasting back to land. Yeah. So if it lifts off at 9:56, just a couple of minutes after 10, we will see and hear that. Do the noon from the lab. UConn, I'll ask the boss. I don't think that they'll let me. Now, there's a Falcon Heavy coming up. I'm going to all but demand it. I mean, how can I demand it? But I'm a feisty guy, so I'll do everything I can. Yeah. Sonic Boom reminds me of earthquakes in California, brings back my PTSD. Listen, I have never experienced an earthquake, but I would imagine that that's not much fun. Yeah. All right, so 7-day forecast looking fantastic, friends. Questions, comments, concerns, anything? Yeah? I'll be in class and we'll miss it. Oh, I'm sorry. Nancy, be good. I'm going to go get a haircut before work today. See, it's long. It's bad. Were they doing sonic booms outside of my apartment all night? Because that was super annoying. I told myself it was a bunch of Steelers fans coming together to celebrate the victory. Maybe it was. I don't know. Maybe it was your neighbors doing things. I don't know. All right, people. Time to go get a haircut. Listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day, would you? Starting to shine through the fog. It's foggy as snot. I can't even see above the roof line hardly of my neighbor's house, but the sun is blasting through, so you know it's good. You know it's good. All right, people. I will see you. No new newscast today, but for the 15th hour of the Today Show, I will see you at 1 o'clock on TV. And then West 2 News at 4. And Coffee Talk. Remember, we're doing our thing, 3:30. 3:30. That's right. 3:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, we do our other Coffee Talk. It's shorter, but it gets you an update on the latest model data and all that fun stuff. All right? All right. Be the sunshine. I will see you all through the day on the social channels, on the television, and all that fun stuff. Make it a good Monday.